not all cities within a county, then homepage will be optimized on main city. Like Madison in this episode, I'm not sure what Madison, Wisconsin, I think. For lead generation, website EMD or PMD domain will be good. So I think the question here was talking about when optimizing a lead, or excuse me, a service area business type of website. If not all cities within a county, then the homepage. I'm not sure I understand. Again, it's always difficult to try to figure out what the context of the question is without viewing the video. And I'm not going to do that on a Hump Day Hangout. But I think the question is, if not all the cities are within one county, then will the homepage optimize on the main city? No, I would optimize for a regional level. If I'm understanding the question right, meaning I talk about how optimizing the homepage, you should be when it's a service area business, you should be optimizing the homepage of the site for brand first. Goddamn, guys, I wish you guys would listen, not you guys, but just the general SEO industry for local SEO. I mean, guys, I must do 5 audits a week minimum right now, and I have been for the last 6 or 8 weeks now. No joke. And I can't tell you how many projects SEO professionals send to me or submit to me for an auditing, and the homepage either doesn't even mention the brand name in the SEO title, or it's the latter part of the SEO title for the homepage. Think about that, guys. It's the homepage of the brand. It should lead with the brand. Like, guys, in local search right now, that is the most important thing, is branding. If you can get the brand right, if you can build enough strength and authority to the local brand, then it requires far less of all those other SEO elements in order for it to achieve top ranking performance. Which again, is why in the audits we talk about entity analysis first. That's the first section of the audit, because if that is improper or not, if the knowledge graph for the local entity or the branded location is not well developed, then you will need far more of the other SEO components. Better on page, better, more links, etc., for it to, and it may never perform as well as it should because there's a problem with the entity, the brand itself. Does that make sense? And so branding is incredibly important. And so if you have a service area business that covers a large service area, which most service area businesses do, at least especially in the contracting industries, what I always recommend is optimizing for the brand first. Then what does the company do in the broadest terms possible? And then where do they do it? And you reference the broadest location entity, the official location entity that is all inclusive of the areas contained within the service area that the company, claims is within their service area. So if some cities within the service area aren't within and so just so you guys know, I think the context of the question was, for example, we were just looking at one of these, right? Albemarle Felling Pro. We'll just look at that one. So if you guys take a look at this, why I named these sites the way that I do is because Albemarle County, Virginia, these 5 service area locations are contained within this county. I've not been able to beat this control yet. For those of you that haven't been around, what I talk about is direct response marketing. Once you have the best performing campaign, whatever your best performer is, then you single variable test changes against that control. So you're always trying to beat the control. That's your goal as a direct response marketer. Well, we can do that in SEO, right? Figure out what the best structure is in a particular industry. Then we modify single variable changes to duplicates of that site to try to determine, does this change create a performance gain or loss? Does that make sense? Does it improve performance or hurt performance in search? And once we identify something that improves performance, then we try to duplicate that. And as long as it more often than not produces a performance gain, then I now include that into the overall, that becomes the new control with that new addition, new change, whatever. Does that make sense? And so I've not been able to, in the tree service industry, beat the performance of local sites when I optimize for a county on the homepage, and then all of the service area locations are contained within that particular county. I've got a couple of other tests that are in progress for targeting a specific city. And then also I've got one right now, the one that I was just talking about, my VA is currently, this one hasn't even been submitted for indexing yet, but that's this one here, Roanoke Felling Pro. This is actually targeting Roanoke Valley, which is a region in Virginia. That makes sense, because there's a couple of locations here that are not in Roanoke County, Virginia. So I had to go to the broader region. So to get back to what the question was, typically what I've been recommending is, because I've not been able to find a better performer yet. This is still my control currently, which is optimizing for the county on the homepage and in service area locations that are contained within the county. However, if this one here goes back to what I was saying, was if it is going to be where there are particular cities within the service area that are outside of a particular county, or outside of one county, it's more than one county, then look at what is the regional entity that contains that county and the other counties that have service or locations within that service area, right? So just as an example, what I mean by that is if we go take a look at, let's just go to Wikipedia real quick for Roanoke, Virginia. Roanoke, Virginia is a city that is within Roanoke County, Virginia, I believe. There's a Roanoke metropolitan area, and then there's also, where the hell is, there's Roanoke Valley, which is another one. That's this one. So there's two different kind of metropolitan areas, or regions, I should say. One is Roanoke Valley, which is a region that contains the counties which is Roanoke County, Franklin County, I think, and then something else. Roanoke metropolitan area is broader still. And so if you go to the community section in a region, so this is a region, Roanoke metro area is a metropolitan area, which is a region. Does that make sense? And so usually if you go to any sort of regional entity in Wikipedia, you can go to the communities tab and it tells you exactly what the cities are that are contained within that region, right? You can see this is a very, very big area. Roanoke Valley is slightly smaller, but the boundaries show, the areas contained within this county or this region are relevant because the areas that are showing on this site here fall within the Roanoke Valley. So I didn't need to expand as wide or as broadly as going to the Roanoke metro area. That makes sense. But I thought Roanoke, Virginia was in Roanoke County. I think it is. And I don't know why. Usually in the Wikipedia pages, it's listed right in the first paragraph. You know what it is? I bet you Roanoke is an independent city that is not actually part of Roanoke County, but Roanoke County, I think, surrounds Roanoke City. I think that's the case. But anyways, you can see under this, the same thing, communities in a county. If you click on communities, it's going to tell you the towns or cities, towns, census designated places, incorporated communities, unincorporated communities, etc. All of those that are within that particular county. And that's what I found to be so far the best performing configuration for a local lead generation or any kind of local service area business type site. Is so far the county level, and then optimizing for supporting locations within the county using the page, the town, city, town, census designated places, etc. Names within that county. But you could do that at the regional level, is what I'm saying. Again, this is a big region, and so you can see the communities here. These are all the communities that are contained within this region. Does that make sense? And there's a lot. Or the county level, which is this is a smaller region. And this is, again, the county level here. And if all of the locations that you want, let's say it's a big city and you want to optimize the homepage for the city and then have supporting locations for sections within the city. For example, I was just looking at Scottsdale, Arizona yesterday for an audit that I was doing. So let's go look at Wikipedia for that. That's a big city, right? So if we take a look at this, guys, if you go to, I believe it's in geography under cityscape right here. Right here, this shows you that there are official names for sections of the city in Scottsdale, Arizona. So let's say that all of the service areas that it's a service area business that wants to cover a large city, and that's it. They don't want to go outside of the city. Then would you optimize the homepage? If I'm interpreting the question properly, would you optimize the homepage for that city? Yes, you would. Because then you would have supporting location pages for the various sections within the city. Like South Scottsdale, Old Town, or Downtown Scottsdale. Those are synonymous. They can be interchanged. Central Scottsdale, which is also known as the Shea Corridor. So again, you could use Shea Corridor or Central Scottsdale as the location modifier. I would use one in the SEO title and the other in the H1 for the supporting location page, right? Then there's one for North Scottsdale. So there's 4 separate sections of the city that then the homepage could be optimized for the city. And then you would have supporting location pages for sections within the city. And you could even break it down further than that and then go do neighborhoods, right? Neighborhoods in Scottsdale, AZ, Wikipedia. See if there's a neighborhood page. Sometimes there is, sometimes there's not. And in this case, it might not, it appears like maybe, let's see, Scottsdale, Arizona, Wikipedia. There might not be one here. But sometimes you can just go and do neighborhoods in Scottsdale, Arizona, get rid of the Wikipedia, and then you can get a list right here. These are neighborhoods that Google has associated as being in Scottsdale, right? And so you could have, now you could break it out and have subpages for neighborhoods that are subpages of the appropriate section, right? So if you have, what was I talking about here just a moment ago? Say South Scottsdale, identify which neighborhoods are in South Scottsdale, and then you could have supporting location pages that are neighborhood pages that are subpages of the South Scottsdale page. Does that make sense? So that's how you can break it down to a very granular level for a service area business, guys, and have it done properly, right? So hopefully that's clear. But guys, leave with the brand, by the way, on the homepage, for God's sake. It's unbelievable how many projects I audit where either the brand isn't even mentioned in the SEO title of the homepage, or it's somewhere else in the SEO title, but it doesn't lead with it. Like, I just don't understand that, guys. That's how people go by and poach traffic from competitors, because they go optimize page for the brand name and they outrank the homepage of the website for the actual brand. And I see it all the time. So Google is rewarding strong brands, guys, in local search right now. That is the tip of the spear, guys. Get that done properly. Help Google develop the knowledge graph for the local entity. You can do that through a number of ways. I talk about this in audits all the time. Google Business Posts, linking out the various product and service pages and location pages on the main site with Google Business Posts, and then linking to page URLs that have accurate information published about that particular business. Any page URL that's indexed in Google that has accurate information published about the local business should then be force-fed or spoon-fed back to Google, so that Google makes the connection that, hey, this is corroborating or validating evidence that this Google business profile, this local business, provides these services. This reinforces how the GBP is optimized, because it validates or corroborates it. So linking out with Google Business Posts with the Learn More button consistently to external page URLs that reference the name, address, phone number, and website, or some combination of those data points, is how you can force Google, you can spoon feed the data that you want into Google's knowledge graph for that particular local business. And you do that through links, direct links from the Google business profile, right? Why do people not do that? I don't understand. Like, I tell people, I mean, again, in Mastermind, I've been training about that for years. And still, I go audit properties and people aren't doing it. They're using the call now button in Google Business Post. How many of you have ever received a call from a call now button in a Google Business Post? I bet if any of you even say that you ever received one, you can count them on one hand, I'm sure. Yet I see Google Business Posts being published with the call now button all the time. Why? That's wasted effort. Nobody engages with those, right? I mean, it's very rare if they do. So why not use those Google Business Posts to specifically pull things into the knowledge graph that you want Google to understand about that local business? So you use direct links connections from the GBP to do that, right? Same as attributes and schema. Reference all those page URLs. ID page, have a dedicated ID page. All of those things to help build strength and authority to the brand. Then it makes other SEO efforts easier. You'll need less links, less content, etc., in order to achieve better performance. So again, branding is critically important, guys, for local businesses right now, more so than I think it's ever been, right? All right, moving on. It's a good question, and I probably misinterpreted it, but I still ran with it. So